Florida's Zombie Festival turns into a horrific crime scene, the Zombicon shooting. It was supposed to be Florida's most thrilling night of the year, a city of zombies, music, and laughter. But before the night ended, one man was dead, and thousands were running for their lives. Downtown Fort Myers, October 17, 2015. Nearly 20,000 costumed festival-goers filled the streets for Zombicon, a Halloween-style celebration that had become a local tradition. But in a matter of seconds, that joy turned to chaos. Gunfire, screams, blood on the pavement. At first, nobody knew who fired or why. Witnesses claimed multiple shooters. Others said it was random. But as detectives dug deeper, what they found would reveal a tangled story of youth violence and a city unprepared for the nightmare lurking inside its own festival. A promising 20-year-old man lost his life in an instant, and years later, Florida is still asking, how did a zombie party turn into a real-life horror scene? Stay with us. Zombicon began in 2007 as a quirky charity event in Fort Myers, a way to revive downtown through Halloween fun. By 2015, it had exploded into a massive street festival. Organized by the group Pushing the Envelope Incorporated, it spanned 6 city blocks with live bands and food vendors. But with growth came problems: crowd control, alcohol, and uneven security presence. Among the thousands attending that night was Expavious Tyrell Taylor, a 20-year-old football player and college hopeful, known by friends for his charisma and discipline. He came with friends to enjoy the night, unaware that it would be his last. Just after 11:40 p.m., the main stage on First Street was still blaring music. Crowds pressed in. Then 6 loud pops. Witnesses thought they were part of the show, until people started dropping. Panic swept through the crowd as thousands stampeded in every direction. Police rushed in within seconds. They found Taylor unresponsive, for others wounded, and a trail of chaos. The shooter had vanished into the crowd, blending in perfectly dressed like a zombie. No weapon recovered. No clear suspect. Dozens of cell phones filming, but none showing the gunman's face. Was this random or targeted? Investigators soon realized this wasn't Fort Myers' first public event security failure. Previous festivals had faced smaller fights, alcohol issues, and crowd complaints, but nothing on this scale. The city had no full surveillance coverage of the area. As months passed, leads dried up. Rumors spread. Was it gang-related? Random rage? The community demanded answers. But for years, there were none. It would take nearly 4 years before police finally made a breakthrough, and what they uncovered shocked even seasoned detectives. In 2019, detectives re-examined witness videos and social media posts. One clip showed a man in a white t-shirt running moments after the shots. His face flashed briefly toward the camera. Digital forensics matched that frame to Raul Bonilla, then 23 years old. Bonilla had prior juvenile arrests and firearm possession issues. He'd been seen at the festival earlier that night, and investigators learned he'd carried a handgun illegally. But motive? Still unclear. Police found no direct connection between Bonilla and Taylor. A random act or something else? As prosecutors built their case, Bonilla's defense argued the evidence was circumstantial. But the video frame, witness IDs, and ballistic traces told a chilling story. Taylor's family called the shooting a senseless tragedy that took a good soul. Vigils lit up Fort Myers in red and white, the same colors of his football jersey. The event organizers faced outrage, and the city of Fort Myers canceled Zombicon permanently. In 2020, Bonilla pleaded no contest to second-degree murder and aggravated battery with a firearm. The judge sentenced him to 30 years in prison. Prosecutors said justice had finally come, but many argued it came too late. The city later settled a civil lawsuit with Taylor's family for $40,000, a gesture, but not closure. Safety reforms were promised, yet downtown Fort Myers still grapples with the legacy of that night. One night, 6 bullets, 1 life lost, a festival built to celebrate imagination, destroyed by real violence. The Zombicon shooting remains one of Florida's most shocking public event tragedies. Even today, questions linger. What truly drove Jose Bonilla to open fire that night? And could the tragedy have been prevented if security had been tighter or the warning signs seen earlier? Those answers may never come, but the echoes of that night still haunt Fort Myers. For Expavious Taylor's family, the memories are all that remain: photos, trophies, laughter frozen in time. And for thousands of Floridians, Zombicon is no longer remembered as a party, but as a cautionary tale. As the sirens fade and the costumes are packed away, one truth stays behind: real monsters don't need masks. I'm Victor MC. This is Crime Garage. Don't forget to subscribe for deeper dives into America's most haunting cases. Stay alert. Stay safe. We'll see you in the next one.